D, are you ready for March Madness? D doesn't look excited for March Madness.
Oh no. My PC is still doing this thing where it's trying to wake up for some strange reason. I don't know.
But
Whatever.
anyways, well,
How you doing? How you doing? There was a whole lot of sporting. There was a lot of sporting things that happened. A lot of things in the world of sport that happened with the spherical
Ovechkin.
object of basketball.
Yeah, Ovechkin is seven goals away from tying Wayne Gretzky's record, 8 when he breaks it, which I'm pretty sure that could happen. Definitely for sure.
Wayne Gretzky looks very ghoulish.
Well, when
I
you're
don't think I'm
Canadian,
wrong saying that either.
when you're kind of Canadian MAGA, that does kind of happen.
Is he?
I believe so. That's allegedly. I don't want to confirm that.
Is he?
So.
Look, I don't know. Canadian politics is weird to me because it's like, why are all of you like the amount of angry Canadians is shocking for me.
Look. The only thing I know about Canada is the fact that the Canadians that allegedly supported Trump, their fucking popularity rating took a nosedive when Trump won the election here in the States, and I'm like, yeah, of course, because fuck that guy. Like, come on.
Because of all the mess that is happening in this country and all the rest of that, and I had a weekend that was all the way off. My boss saw fit to give me Saturday and Sunday off. All I did was sit down and watch the college basketball because I didn't want no parts of politics.
Yeah, that was. You know what. You're right. My day was actually catching up with sports and gaming, so it was a little bit of both, and then I happened to get a sprinkle of politics or wherever the fuck was happening. But the game and video games dominated that shit, so I kind of was in the same boat more or less. And
let's get one quick thing out the way.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw it, but I didn't see it. I fell asleep when it came on for some reason. I was ready to watch it, and I fell asleep when it happened. Mm-hmm. But I saw the replay. Roach got robbed.
They were both talking cash shit to each other on Twitter, so that run back is actually going to happen. Apparently.
No, yeah, the run back is happening, but
it was peak DC and Baltimore, both of them joining like shit on each other. So yeah, it's happening.
What happened? What really gets me about the match was it was way closer than what I thought it was going to be.
It shouldn't have been close. Personally, watching the replay, I was like,
But that what made it such a good fight is that Roach was 10 toes down. Yeah, I Tank came back towards the end.
Yeah,
but Roach won that fight, bro. That nigga hit the ground, man. Let's stop doing this shit, bro. Why we even discussing this shit? Y'all just robbed my nigga, bro.
Clearly, the refs were in Baltimore's pocket, so you know.
Well, I would listen. Don't take it that far. Referees in Brooklyn, like, you know what? Fuck Washington D.C. Fuck Baltimore, right? Like, nah, I don't think it'll work like that. Yeah. What I noticed is, one thing I will bring up is that I've been following for a while. Chris Eubanks. If you don't know who Chris Eubanks is, It's fine. He was a boxer out in England, and he was the inspiration for Deadly off of Street Fighter. His son, Chris Eubanks Jr., is about to fight.
How good is his son?
His son is okay. I know of. I haven't seen Chris Jr. fight. I saw all of his daddy's old shit. Oh my God, Chris Eubanks, if you look at any of this shit, that motherfucker was a knockout king. He was straight up
awesome. Here's what's gonna have you laughing. The only reason why I had a reinvigorating interest in the UK boxing scene because of fucking Creed, that first movie with that boxer that he fought with, that guy. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why I was like, what is the UK boxing scene like? Because again, Lennox Lewis is the last person that I knew from the UK that boxed, so like I wasn't familiar with it too much.
They got quite a few people over there. They do. You can tell that UK boxing takes on a different philosophy than America when it comes to boxing. At least, but whatever. It's
Yeah.
different. But anyway, Chris Jr. He is fighting his dad's nemesis's son too. Nigel Ben's son,
Nemesis.
Connor Ben. Yeah. Now, here's the funny thing. In knowing about this fight, I said, "What is this?" It was like, let me see the first fight between father and about from the fathers, Ben
Mhm.
versus Eubanks, and his dad was, and it's like English versus Jamaican English. It's like Jamaican English and Jamaican English coming together, and it was a good ass fight though. And Eubanks won both of them, and Eubanks himself would tell everybody that he thought Ben got robbed on their second fight. He said Ben won that fight. He said boxers know. And that's the thing about it when it comes to situations, and that's why I brought it up, because it comes to situations like this where I'm not saying that Tank didn't think he won the fight.
Yeah.
But if Tank didn't think he won the fight, he ain't about to tell nobody.
Well, nobody would ever say shit like that. They'd be like, oh.
But it's so funny. I heard Chris Eubanks say it, and then not too long after that, I was listening to Sugar Ray Leonard talk about how he fought Roberto Duran, and how Roberto Duran just like, oh man, he's like, man, you know how Roberto ran his shit, and he was like, you know, and it was over there. They were saying the judges were saying, they told us like, I already know he won. He's like, come on, but when he said, he's like, come on, boxers know. We know who won the fight. We always know who won the fight at the end of the day, whether we get robbed or we rob somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody knows this shit. But anyway, but yeah, man, I'm glad they're gonna run that shit back. And yeah, Tank better be on his toes the next time, man, because I think that's what he really did. I think because they fought each other when they were amateurs twice and Tank won them, Tank was like, I know this nigga. You know what I mean? I think he already looked past him, and I think that was the problem. So I think the second time around, and this is not me rooting for Tank, because I'm definitely rooting for Roach, man. I think Tank's going to take a lot more seriously, and I think Roach need to stay on this game too, because if Tank comes out there knowing that I got to beat this nigga to look good, you know what I mean? Tank ain't going to drop his shit. Tank shouldn't drop his shit, man. I just got to draw instead of getting a win. I'm getting my W. You think Tank ain't coming for that shit? So, yeah, Roach better come. Lamont better come in hard, bro. So I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. I love it, man. But here's one more thing. You know what the thing I like about it, Chris?
Yeah.
Yes, it's fuck Baltimore from our side. And yes, it's fuck DC from their side. I love talking to them B-more niggas, man. I love talking to y'all people.
It is, you know what's crazy? I'll be inside.
I will give it that.
I'll say inside baseball for me, right? So DC's night scene, right? Because we're from the area. It's different, right? Like just walking through DC at night, it's different. It's there. Walking through Baltimore at night is a different experience. I've been to a couple of like gatherings. Shout out to Al Combo and them at the Morphin Grid. They had their little parties and stuff. And it's like being in Baltimore, the night scene is just different than DC, you know, but like past that, like the scene itself is still dope as hell, but it definitely, that's why Baltimore is such a separate entity in the Maryland area versus DC.
Yeah, it is. And it's so funny when I think it's the most saddest thing for them because Baltimore to me always had an identity of its own. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, we're part of the DMV. Get your nasty hands off of us. I hate it when Baltimore.
It's not. It's already enough that people from Columbia think they're part of DC, and it's like easy. You're on the edge. You're on the edge. We barely recognize you. All right,
we barely recognize niggas from Laurel. You pushing
it. We forget Laurel High School is in PG County.
We forget that there's two different. But you forget
Laurel and Arundel.
There's Laurel and Arundel is Laurel PG. We forget that the whole Laurel farmland out there was that damn big. All right, we forget about all that shit. Speaking of which, I heard that the original person that actually had Laurel, the person that opened, he really did have like too much fucking money because they gave him all of that goddamn land. So much so that 200 years later, they had to divide it in half for a county line. That is insane.
Look, we barely recognize Wheaton as part of the DMV. It's like,
exactly. exactly. Yeah, we
I
barely
know.
look. Only's getting pushed out. Yeah, come on. Look,
Anyway,
no, but yo, that's so
anyway.
funny to me. That's funny to me. But
Oh
yeah, I
god.
think the arguments between us is funny as hell and all the rest of that. One more thing.
Mhm,
Recently, I had to go up to Baltimore for my kid, right?
mhm.
And my son said, I get it. I don't want to be drunk. Now he's quoting something off of American Dad. He's like, yeah, Dad, I get it. I didn't want to be out here out on a cold, a dollar to my name in dirty ass Baltimore. I'm like, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
Baltimore still look like it need a tetanus shot. Let's just be real. It
yeah.
still look like it.
Hey, look, the Wire wasn't lying. All I say, that's some
look
accurate
like,
portrayal.
How's the Wire was 10 years ago, and all they did was put up all they did was put up 5 Starbucks, and they repaved the harbor. That's the only thing they changed in Baltimore. I think they kicked more black folk out, didn't they? More black folk out of
Put it this way,
Baltimore.
I'll say this: unlike DC, Baltimore black people are 10 toes down, and oh, you ain't gentrifying this shit. You want to go by Fells Point in the harbor? Fine, but you ain't touching this shit.
All right,
Because you get close to fucking John Hopkins and stuff. Oh, it's still hood as fuck. Like yeah.
Oh yeah, I was leaving out Baltimore like, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Get on 83. You drive on 83. Oh, it's still hooded shit over here. It's like, all right.
Oh yeah, so there's the hooded streets anyway.
Anyways, D, who knew that getting rid of Kyle Kuzma, the Wizards are balling the fuck out?
Okay. Easy with the word balling the fuck out, but yes.
Hey, the rookies are showing out. The rookies are showing out more, and they beat Denver, which I was like, holy shit.
Now, the whole thing with the Denver game was funny because, okay, all right, at the end of that night, I've been watching ball all that Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of the night, it's 12 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I'm about to go to bed. Wizards win. What? Denver.
Thank you.
And then on top of that, to see the stat that the Wizards are like the Denver is the only team to lose to the Wizards twice in the West. The only team that will lose to the Wizards more than them were the Charlotte Hornets. Seriously, Charlotte Hornets can't beat the Wizards for shit.
They can't win for shit. Even when here's how sad it is, right? Mm-hmm. Even when the Wizards were kneecapped to high holy hell, somehow they eke the win against the Charlotte Hornets. And you're like, how the fuck that happened? Charlotte should have won that.
Now, in this game, this was just persistence. And it was persistence. And Chris Middleton, what they have is, this is not, let me make it very clear. This is not the Wizards going to rocket to a 15-win winning streak before the end of this season. Let me make this very clear. But the Wizards have a nice little pocket where Chris Middleton can keep them in the game, and you can have somebody like Jordan Poole just score, and that can sneak you a win, like what happened with Denver. What's more interesting about this is that Jordan hit that shit so far. He was almost touching mid-court and pulled up like it was nothing and it fell directly in. That don't make no fucking sense. And finally, the more insane part about all of that is if you watch the game, fucking Jokic played good. Real good.
Him and Westbrook. I think Westbrook got another triple-double, by the way.
Yeah,
which side stat on that one. And I think our boy Greg said it best. It's confounding on how everybody kept talking about he's stat padding, but like whenever he goes triple-double, the win percentage of his team is good. Like I think when he was on what was the last team he played for?
He played for not the Rockets. Was it Rockets? He was on the Rockets?
It might have been the Rockets. Yeah, it might have been the Rockets, but they said when he was getting triple doubles, the Rockets had like a 60% chance of winning, which they did. And they're saying with Denver, it went up to like
Wizards. It was like that. It was
they said when
the only place he didn't get to do that was in LA.
Yeah, and they said
I think he got a few triple doubles, but not a lot.
And they said with him OKC, Denver, the win percentage is like 75% with him doing triple doubles.
And
So I'm like, shit.
and
Okay.
that's the more insane thing because I think Westbrook is definitely probably going to be the sixth man of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's in the running easily.
And then, and like I said, with all that being said, the Wizards kept in it. The reason why is because George, Koulibaly, and Sarr, all three of these three boys found a way to at least score. They know how to score, at least been playing solid D. Now, here's the thing. I think with Sarr, he's not putting up really super impressive numbers outside of for a rookie. That's very impressive numbers. Sort of like how Wemby was last year. Wemby was on the same level where it wasn't him scoring like 30 or even 40 points, but it was like, those are good numbers. Those are actually really solid numbers. He's been doing that a lot lately. And then George, like I've been telling everybody, George is probably going to end up being like another Kelly Oubre, really good scorer, really good off the bench dude. You know what I mean? Like I think George is going to be nice. If he doesn't be a starter, he's definitely going to be an excellent off the bench dude. You know? And then you got, like I said, Koulibaly. I'm saying this to everybody now, but Lau is going to be really, really good. I don't know if it's going to be with the Wizards, but he's going to be a really good player. So all these dudes are actually playing. Are they playing good basketball? No, because they're not winning. They're not winning. That's the whole point of good basketball. Winning basketball.
They're good. They're good to me just with respect to, like, hey, the Wizards finally have something with this team now after they finally unloaded everybody. So it's like, all right, this has good thing. I'm not saying next year, oh shit, they're going to fucking be playoffs, but they have the makings of being better than 15 and 52 right now.
Speaking of funnier, even the funnier stat, Drew Gooden, who is the commentator for the Wizards, is like, this don't make no sense. He was like, this don't make no sense. He's like, isn't it? You're like, and we were like, and we tied with the record. Like, yep, the Wizards are tied for their record of last year. So while the Wizards, by all metrics, are worse than we were last year, by the record, we're actually better. It makes no.
It's the most weirdest Wizard shit ever.
I think that's the most Wizards thing, and that's exactly what you want. You want there to be a way that you can. You know what I'm saying? You want to be, even when you're doing bad, you want to see pluses. And there's a lot of plus signs. That's why I say I think Jordan is probably one more year away from knowing what, I'm not going to say knowing what he is. I think he's going to spend one more year on the Wizards. I don't think nobody's going to pick him up next year. I think the Wizards are going to play around with it, but I don't think they're going to trade him.
Nah. I mean, I think Jordan.
I think they will play with it. Now, that being said, if they will play with Jordan Poole and say they put him out there for trade, if they hear something good, I don't know what will be good for the Wizards to hear for somebody like Jordan Poole. But if they hear something good, I will jump on it. If it's like we can get him for like this is stupid because it's like it's a lateral move for him. But if we heard we can get Trae Young for him and use him in a trading, you should do so.
Now, that being said, looking at the West, it's going to be interesting. OKC already locked in. They got the number 1 seed in the West. Now, given the fact that they have the number 1 seed in the West, there is a lot of, since the recent trades in the West, you have Golden State and the Lakers that are in kind of prime position to really make a splash in the playoffs right now. In a way that's like, oh shit, Jimmy Butler is actually a really good fit for the Golden State Warriors. Holy fuck. Like this, like you might get Jimmy Buckets in the playoffs, which is a good thing to have. But then you got on the Lakers side, you got what's his face? God damn, I keep forgetting.
Luka.
Yeah, Luka, who is fucking cooking, and LeBron's out. I think this is like LeBron's not going to be able to play until next week. And I'm
also going to throw this out here. Austin Reeves have been playing very well.
Yep.
Austin has actually been playing really, really good, which is I'm actually shocked of how good Austin has really been.
You're shocked? I always thought he was pretty good. It was just
I felt like a lot of people was like, all right, guys, This is the new Steve Blake. Like, I feel like everybody's really, really excited. Like, all right, it's a two-parter.
I'm the guy that actually had that thought in my head.
This is a two-parter. As much as because you know me, I don't like a lot of the media and a lot of the pundits and a lot of the speaking heads and even people like us who do NBA talk, because I feel like there are a lot of white boys who are super opinionated that don't know how to dribble. And there's this overexcitement for the white boys, which always makes me laugh because nobody's giving our boy Kispert off the Wizards. Kispert has been eating.
I have Kispert on my fantasy basketball. He is cooking.
Look, whatever. Real talk. Hey,
is it the molester mustache? Is that what that is?
It's the headband for me, man.
Headband and the mustache.
I like a white boy.
Like,
I like a white boy that got a good headband that can. I like a good white boy.
My man went old school 70s Larry Bird with the look. It's like, bro, this is 2025. What are we doing here?
It's quiet. He's so quiet. I mean this. I don't want him to leave the Wizards because I want to keep.
He's a good piece for the Wizards. He's a good piece.
I want to keep him forever, but I know the real thing about the NBA. I think if you're a playoff team and you want a really good energy guy, he is exactly what you want. Mm-hmm. I really mean it. Kispert would be really nice off the. Oh, anyway, whatever. Point is, I always laugh at situations like that. Like, imagine if both you and I were white saying that. That's how they sound talking about Austin Reeves, Luka, Joker, Grayson Allen. They overly do it for those white. I get it, you peoples. You know what I mean? I understand. Everybody likes a good white boy that can ball, man. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at that. But I never really put Austin up there as somebody that was going to be. The highest I've seen him as a rating would be like an 84. And that's if he had a really, really good year.
84, 85. All right.
Yeah, but right now, like, he's like a 70, he's like a 78. Everybody like, is you crazy? Austin's this. I don't see that. And I'm not saying he's bad, because I think Austin, when he's balling, he's balling, yes. But I don't see what everybody else sees, but I get it, man. Because Austin been crazy lately, man. So I understand why there's a lot of excitement right now. Here's the other thing too. I think Kyrie getting hurt has just kind of really opened up the idea for a lot of Laker fans. Like, oh, the season's about to be way better than what we thought it was going to be. Because now that you ain't got to worry about the Mavericks are going to come down, man. But I'm still looking at everybody else.
Dude, they got to fight the damn Phoenix Suns for that play-in spot at this point.
That's what I'm saying, man. This year has been very interesting. I will say that this year has been very, very interesting, man.
It's like I said, it's very promising, and the saga of the 76ers is fucking hilarious at this point, because, like, what is there to say? Apparently,
he said, "I'm sorry, the train wreck that is where they made Playoff P get off the fucking podcast."
Oh yeah. I mean, even though it's funny how they said shouldn't have took him being off a podcast to play ball, because it's like, should have been playing fucking ball during the goddamn season in the first place.
Hey, I appreciate. Oh, wrong zone.
Oh, by the way, playoff P is out for the season.
He's out for the season.
Got them left knee injection. Got them left knee injections out for the season. He's back in podcast mode now. I'm pretty sure he will be.
Habibi firebombing got a missile to. If them robbers come through, then I guarantee they give it.
Yeah, left adductor muscle and left knee out for the season. Yeah, he's done.
One more. This is how the 76ers.
Space 22, man.
22. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Go man! but real quick. Hate to stop because I did bring out Psycho Sid. I have to stop real quick, Chris. You and I have to talk about that episode of Thunder. I need to get a hand of the clip of Kevin Nash describing. I need that clip, and I need you and I to talk about
between that and your
you
boys.
Can't touch me, Goldberg. And here comes Kevin Nash, a man who can't touch another man.
Between that and your boys podcast, when they talk about WWE and WCW Thunder and all that stuff, that shit, it brings out core memories that I didn't mention many years ago when we did our history of WCW retrospective and stuff, in ways that it's like I had no reason to be one of 10 people that watched WCW Thunder religiously.
Why did you? Okay, speaking of which, they also did Shotgun Saturday Night, which D watched religiously. I owe apology for all you idiots. Yeah, I call you idiots. Well, man, we need to bring Sunday Night Heat back. And I sat there on my top of my hill thinking I knew something niche and better, going, Shotgun Saturday Nights was better. No. In fact, Heat, Velocity, Shotgun Saturday Night, and you know what? I'm gonna throw WWE Superstars, the gray one, not main event.
Not the new one.
Main event actually does its job. I'm talking about those were episodes. They're like, oh, no, you're not. You're showing jobbers and weak ass matches, weak ass mid card stuff. Go on, man. Leave me, man.
So Thunder was a show.
Thunder was a show that had the nerve to put on the main event guys every now and then. And every time, like one time I saw Dallas show them like he wasn't supposed to wrestle that night. He was just there.
Here's where Thunder was at. When you have Disco Inferno being part of your main event scene.
Hey yo.
Look, all I'm saying is this. Thunder was WCW's answer to SmackDown, but it didn't have any of the energy of what SmackDown was.
Time for me to do something really unprofessional. Honey, was Disco Inferno in the main event in WCW Thunder? Was he?
At some point, I remember.
Yeah. So yeah, she confirmed it. Wow, really?
Yeah, for the cruiserweight belt.
Was there
I think it was one time for the cruiserweight belt.
Okay.
And another one for the TV title.
You know
that's
what?
about it.
You know what? I will say this. I didn't appreciate Norman Smiley. I didn't appreciate
WWE appreciates Norman Smiley because he's a boy.
Oh man. They bring up Norman Smiley anytime they can over there, man. But no. I did appreciate Prince Iaukea because he was different. But you know who I'm glad I didn't appreciate and glad I didn't know? But now that I know him, I can't get him off my mind. What the fuck was going on with Lash LaRue's freaking mutton show? What was that? Him and Kwee-Wee. What is Kwee-Wee? What is that nigga?
Lash LaRue at least won.
LaRue looked like he was awesome. Lash LaRue looked like he could have been awesome.
He was. Funny thing, again, when I think back to that era, that last couple of years of WCW, Lash LaRue, Elix Skipper, Kidman, Rey Mysterio.
You know how many black people vouch for him for no reason?
I vouch for him because there were some wrestlers that were the shining spots of those last 2 years of WCW.
Denzel used to talk about him. Go ahead.
Elix Skipper was one of them because that cruiserweight scene was still, funny enough, despite the shit show WCW became, like the cruiserweight scene was still pretty damn good. Prince Iaukea was another one that was like still like. Yeah. Say what you will about what Kidman and Rey Mysterio was fucking doing with the Filthy Animals, but they still were on go time when it came to the fucking cruiserweight matches. Like
what I'm trying to say is this, Chris. I still want us to spotlight certain old shit in WWF and WCW.
Yes, that's definitely one of them.
And I definitely want to do more. I actually want to do more than what we just did. What we just did, I want to do a little segment like Chris. So we looked at that one episode of Nitro. Why this episode? This was the episode where Ric Flair, blah, 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 blah. But that's not what's special. That's not what's special about this episode, D.
Now, speaking of special episodes, D, so the saga of Throw Rogan, aka Aaron Rodgers, has been tumultuous. Apparently, the Vikings said, "Fuck you, we're not taking you as quarterback. We're going with McCarthy."
They were this close for
JJ McCarthy got the quarterback spot.
This close.
They went with JJ McCarthy. They looked Aaron Rodgers in the face, was like, "No, you're not Brett Favre. We're going to go with JJ McCarthy. Have fun."
Somebody said Steelers.
We do not care.
The Steelers slammed the whole door plus the weighted door behind that on Aaron
Now
Rodgers.
I'm glad for that
You ain't
because
coming to Pittsburgh.
now here's the thing.
At least they put it out there.
Justin Fields more or less got the bag with the Jets because he gets
I can't
$30 million guaranteed.
guaranteed.
$30 million guaranteed out of a $40 million contract. Good for you, sir. Good for you.
Chris, he was this for 2 seasons. Now he's on this. You see what this is, right? That is a what? That is a what? And
Downward.
this is the positive side. So it's not N, it's a D. A decline. He's about to go into decline.
Okay, let me ask you this. This is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you rather take? Him or our boy on Dallas?
Who, Dak?
No. Back up.
Who, Cooper?
No, Cooper Rush. Actually, funny enough, Cooper's with
what's the name, right?
Yeah. Cooper got picked up by shit.
Not the Chiefs. He got picked up by You said shit.
Ravens. Ravens.
Yeah, he got picked up by the Ravens. Yeah,
Which good for him. But no. I'm about to say Trey Young. Trey
Lance.
Trey Lance. Who'd you pick? Trey Lance. Would you get Trey Lance or what's his face?
I would. Yeah. It was a face. The recycling bin outside. Yes, I would get that over Trey Lance. Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Ain't nobody gonna get Trey Lance. I will. This is exactly what we said on the Working Title Sports Show. Oh shit! They gave us Trey Lance. Yeah, that's pretty good, D. I hope there ain't nothing wrong with him. They ain't want the nigga. Look, it's the 49ers, Chris. Yeah, it's the 49ers. And I remember both of us. Yeah. Why did you give us him? Why did you give him to us?
For free, basically.
What's wrong? Thank you for free. And I remember you saying that too. What's wrong with it? And
well,
at that point,
we saw during the regular season.
That point, me and Chris, for the next season until he got out there, had the long stick. Like, go out there. Let's see what you do. What if we poke him in the shoulder? How would that? We were doing that the whole time. He went on that field and embarrassed himself.
I will give Cooper Rush
every
this
single time.
I will give Cooper Rush this. The way that he actually put Dallas in a position of maybe getting a playoff spot is how he got the bag with the Ravens. And that's probably the best thing that you can do as a backup quarterback is show that, hey,
what you can do.
I'm reliable.
Yeah.
If you give me time in that pocket, I can check down some shit. And like the Ravens got a squad where it's like, hey, put Cooper Rush in, Lamar need a rest for a game. Cooper got some weapons that he can actually utilize and work.
And I don't give a fuck what you said. That's still a check down offense. You actually. I'm sorry. Anytime I see when I see a bullet, a fucking bullet that's a quarterback, I automatically think. So a lot of y'all just doing a lot of curls, right? Y'all doing a lot of curls, a lot of slants, right? Hey, like every now and then, yeah, there's a bomb, but for real talk.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what worked for Cooper when this past season with Dallas. It's like that's what was keeping Dallas in the game. It's like
20 yards out, stop, turn, bow. Like I can hit you. Like Cooper can get that all day. That's
money.
I'm telling everybody, like you can either be a scrambler, a freaking freak of an arm, or you're a game manager.
Now,
Cooper's a game manager.
Yeah.
So that means there's going to be check downs and all the rest of that. He can keep the boat afloat. You give him the right people around him, man. So I totally agree. I'm happy for him, man.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy. Like
I'm not upset that he left Dallas because you want to know why? I hate that I am agreeing with Stephen A. Smith and freaking DeMarcus Lawrence. We ain't winning shit.
I mean, look, we both said it.
What are we doing?
We're
not winning nothing.
We both said it best. Dallas is not going to win anything till Jerry's in the ground. At this point.
We already know. Everybody know that. That's why. Hey, yo, Micah, I love you. Shut up. Look. Me and Chris,
he's a homer for his team. I get it.
Me and this man beside me. We're loyal to Dallas Cowboys. What the fuck are you doing, nigga? Stop embarrassing yourself, nigga.
Not granted.
Do you smell the dookie in the air, bro? You don't have to do this.
Yeah.
You're doing it. Look, here's the thing. Probably not going to the Hall of Fame. You're going to be in that ring of fire, Micah. Shut the fuck up. Stop being Michael Irvin right now. You don't have to be Michael Irvin right now. You don't. We're not doing nothing. Yeah. Yo, you see Dak? Dak ain't said shit. You know why? Because there goes, you get paid too much. Dak is like, yes, I am.
Like, I mean, look. When you have Stephen A. on ESPN,
you see what team we got right now, nigga?
When you have Stephen A. basically echoing what we said, he's like, yo, he literally said, yo, Jerry Jones is cheap, and I'm like, yeah, we know that. We know that. And Stephen A. didn't really get this epiphany because I'm like, bro, other people have said it before you said this shit. So like, come on.
I never remember who was Clarence Williams, one of the Dallas beat writers. Clarence Williams is saying it again. Yep, Jerry ain't trying to spend no money. Then again, Jerry doesn't really spend money when you really think about it. Yes, some of these players get big contracts, but that's after they pull teeth. That's why anybody that really knows the situation with Dak, we're not over there saying, oh man, we paid him all this money for nothing. No, Dak got the money that he deserved.
Ironically enough.
Number two, y'all kiss his ass because the only reason why we even won in the last 3 seasons was because of him.
Ironically enough, with everybody making the big shoe about his contract, everybody after him got contracts that was way more than his. Some of them are questionable. I question the teams that paid those quarterbacks said money. I'm like, you sure you want to pay this guy? Like Trevor Lawrence being one of them.
Trevor Lawrence getting paid again, getting re-signed like that is nasty. The fuck did you do?
Thank you.
What playoffs? Did he go to the playoffs? I could be wrong. Did Jacksonville didn't make the playoffs in the last what? Yeah, exactly. What the fuck did you do?
That's why I'm like, y'all getting on Dak. I'm like, at least Dak made some playoffs.
Hey, Chris, here's the throwback for you. Remember those 2 good seasons Elvis Grbac had? And the second he hicked up, they kicked his ass right over the motherfucking Kansas City, and we ain't never heard from that motherfucker ever again. That will be Trevor Lawrence. That should be Trevor Lawrence right now.
Now I will say this:
trade this nigga, man. Why y'all wasting time on Trevor, bro?
Now
Sunshine
I will say,
ain't it.
Now, if I'm breaking down Dallas's thing real quick, we're getting Odigizua. He's coming back. Solomon Thomas, defensive tackle, he's coming back. Well, actually, no, they signed him. He's a former Jets defensive tackle. Turpin is coming back. Thank God.
Turpin, look, I don't think no other team was. It's kind of funny. While I think he can be very effective in different places, if he went to KC, he'd be nuts.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good pickup for Dallas to keep somebody loyal, somebody you knew,
especially on special teams.
That's on keep him. Why not? Why not? Throw money at him. Really, like this is the interesting time about being a sorry team that I think a lot of people don't really bring into question. Sometimes you're going to keep a superstar.
But I think somebody brought up the fact that the reason why Turpin is so valuable is that for how much they paid him, it was actually pretty good. But also, he's not injury prone.
Oh, no,
for somebody his size, they said for somebody his size, he does a good job of protecting himself to where he doesn't get injured, which makes him valuable as like I think you pointed out, him being like wide receiver as a wide receiver option if need be. It's like, oh yeah, put him in for a couple plays.
He did running back a couple times. He didn't get too many yards rushing.
2 yards max.
But I know what, because he did that at one time. They put him in a draw play and he got like 11 yards. Yes, put him in a draw play, like drop him back 1-2, bop, and he just sprint right up the middle. Nah, man, yeah. So I get why that, but
Javonte Williams, running back, Miles Sanders, running back, Paris Campbell, he's a Eagles receiver. Robert Jones, guard, Dante Fuller, interesting.
Dante Fuller came back, yeah.
Marquise Bell, Peyton Turner, Trent Saig, Khair Elam, cornerback, Jack Sanborn, Kenneth Murray, CJ Goodwin.
I like Sanborn. I'm glad he stayed.
Yeah, CJ Goodwin, another cornerback, Israel Mukami, safety, Brian Anger.
Yeah, Brian Anger was going to say. I also like that when you are a bad team, you could go and look at you like, all right, kicker, time to splurge. And he's like, hooray, Mama, we can eat it. Mama, we can eat it. We can eat a Long John Silver tonight.
Yay!
Like no, any punter and any kicker that gets their little whatever their signing bonus was and all the rest of that, that's when they actually start balling. I get it, the kickers, they get better when you sign them sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes.
But yeah, Lawrence leaving because he's going to he's going to Seahawks.
Going to Seahawks.
Which I mean, I think me and you, we were kind of like in the middle with him, where it's like, all right, cool, he's going with the Seahawks. Seahawks is rebuilding, so it's like, are you really going to be a better organization? Are you going to be better with the Seahawks? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's why I gave DeMarcus his credit. I want to win that with Dallas, nigga.
But with the Seahawks, though, like,
Seahawks actually paid me. Dallas wasn't going to pay me.
That's
that you see, that's his bar. Yeah. That's his bar. We do this as fans where we're like, oh, loyalty, or in some cases, was that really a good move for your career? Nigga, who's paying me? Like, yo, that's the thing that is, but if you had whatever your job is, if you was a person that, I don't know, you worked at a grocery store and the Kroger next door was paying you than the CVS that you were working at, you're gonna go to Kroger. That's a good upgrade. They got better benefits. Hold on, Chris. They get more national exposure.
now, real quick before we move on, guess who's gonna probably come out of retirement? Michael Gallup.
Why?
He's yeah.
Nah, something ain't right there.
I mean, supposedly he's trying to, join up with the Raiders.
Whatever.
Good for him. Good
luck, Mike.
What do you question though? Who do you think Dallas is going to get as a backup though for Dak at this point?
I think it's going to be a rookie.
So you think they're going to get a
rookie? I think it's going to be a rookie or fucking Jerry. I think he broke the mold and going to sign some nigga from the XFL.
Oh, well, they got Will Greer. I'm tripping. So, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot they got
Will Greer. Yeah, my bad. So, never mind.
But still, that'd be the only thing I would think of, man. Ain't nobody really else that, because we're not spending money.
Hey, it's going to be another wacky NFL season. That's all I'll say.
Don't worry, Chris.
I'm going to my car. Get my other gun. Shoot everybody's ass.
It's that. I'm shooting.
That's how I feel as a Cowboys fan. Don't worry, it's all good. I'm gonna get my gun.
All right. So, did you hear about the Vikings wanting to propose a change to the NFL player seating? Playoff seating?
Why?
The Detroit Lions have proposed a significant change to the NFL playoff seating that would largely use regular season records as the guiding principle rather than division championships. Under the proposal, the division winner with the conference's best record would still receive the number one seed overall, but after that, teams would be stacked by records regardless of whether they won their divisions or received wild card berths.
I'm not all the way against it, but it's like, shut up.
Like,
why y'all did that? Shut up.
Are they just mad like, oh, NFC South is like 5-11?
No, yeah, like y'all mad. Yo, man, that's what that was, man. I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't disagree, though.
I get it.
Here's the funny thing. I think you can go either way. And this is the thing I'm learning about sports. Chris, what is the more entertaining thing? Which is the more entertaining thing? That's what it will really fall on to, because that has to be brought up in a situation like this. Which is more entertaining, to have the teams with the bigger record go up there first, or it be split up? You know,
split to me.
What's going to make more sense? What will make the more intriguing football? That's the question.
Split to me works because the storyline possibilities that are there, like because we know their last season the NFC South was in such fucking trash disarray, but it made for an interesting story getting into the playoffs. Like, hey, underdog, can they win? And and that gets ratings and stuff. But if you do what he's doing, it's like, all right, cool, you're gonna get the top teams matching up, but then it's just gonna be like, all right, cool, I guess, sure,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like even if it's,
I feel he's only doing that because of how this past playoffs that resulted.
That comes from a place of hurt, nigga. Hurt people. That's what you try and do. And that, like, I don't,
because they said basically based off the playoff teams last season, which is the Lions, Vikings, and Packers. Because I forgot the NFC North had it. The Lions received the number 1 seed, but the Vikings received number 5, and the Packers were number 7. Based just on the records, then off of this change that they want, the Vikings would have been number 3 and the Packers would have been number 5. So that will probably changed up like the dynamic shift of who plays what, which I'm like, I mean, cool, I guess, but like, what does that mean?
Y'all doing a lot. Look, y'all doing a lot to lose to the Commanders. Y'all doing a real lot.
But D, here's the thing about that though: the Commanders beating the Commanders beating Detroit. That was a huge ratings grab because nobody expected that shit.
Exactly.
That's what made it interesting because like we talked about it. We both watched it like, oh, time out. What's going on here? What's happening here? And then boom.
Also, I think it's a lot. It's a really underestimated. The East Coast is full of Redskin fans. So, and that's from Pennsylvania, as far up from New York, as far south as Georgia. You're going to get people that's going to be wearing burgundy and gold. So that's a big chunk of the market that was probably looking at that game too. So yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, I think it's just underrated how big that fan base is. The Redskins got a lot of fans. I ain't gonna fake. Ain't more than us.
Even on the West Coast, they do.
Like this, ain't more than us. I don't know, but everybody can be us. So whatever. Shit.
Speaking of which, current administration being the shit show that they are because they're showing how fucking racist that they are. They erased Jackie Robinson's military credentials off of the Defense Department website, and they changed the URL to have DEI in the URL for the said story.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait, they changed his. Wait, what did they actually change?
So here's what they've been doing. Since this current administration that came in, and DEI is the new nigga in terms of racial slurs. They've been, and unfortunately, where I work at, I'm part of that endeavor. Unfortunately, they've been restructuring and asking folks to change up words related to DEI. With response to the LGBTQ community, basically erasing their marriage. You heard about NASA and them erasing some of the women and marginalized people that have like history with NASA, made historic progress and stuff. So what they did was on the Defense Department website, they deleted a story that highlighted Jackie Robinson's like military service, basically. And I'm like,
why?
Because they're assholes.
Fucking why?
Because they're assholes. Which I really
on two different levels. That's very disrespectful.
Oh, it's hella disrespectful.
Yeah, to the man, but also to his service to the country. Fuck you. What?
Yeah, even the MLB was like, yeah, what the fuck y'all do that for? Like,
that is terrible, man.
Now, the ironic part about all this is that the internet archive is alive. So, like, a lot of those sites that got all the stuff reworded and stuff, a lot of people are like, I mean, that's cool, y'all want to do that, but you can't erase it because it's on the internet archive. What the fuck you gonna do? Like, you can't erase history. You can't. Like, it's there. And like I said, that goes into a different conversation about how just this current administration is just racist as shit, and they want to erase history.
To me, that's just Like, how is that?
Next thing you know, you're gonna be like, "Hey, we gotta erase Muhammad Ali's
What?
No, he wasn't in the military. My bad.
Oh yeah, he never touched the military.
Yeah, he never touched my bad. I'm tripping.
Which
my
is
bad.
ironic because I know a lot of conservatives that love talking about Muhammad Ali and how great of a champion he. Y'all didn't like him. Y'all didn't like him.
Apparently, they had no pushback on Jackie Robinson getting
Like, y'all-
his sight
like-
being removed.
But that's the thing that get me. My whole life, I had to see white people bend over backwards to respect the legacy of Jackie Robinson in order not to be seen as a racist. I have seen that all my life. I had to, and this is no offense to Jackie Robinson because I love Jackie Robinson's story.
Yeah.
Still think it's an amazing thing. And yes, he wasn't the best, but nigga, he was the one that was supposed to be the one, and he was one of the greatest. And what kills me about it is I have to hear the legacy of other black men of that era get erased because they cared so much about Jackie Robinson at that time.
Exactly.
And that was so wow. He even overshadowed people who are just like this real talk, arguably greater. I heard more talk about him than Willie Mays and Hank Aaron and Reggie Jackson at that time.
Yep.
Reggie Jackson and Ricky Henderson. Darryl Strawberry. Yeah, you guys are good, but you didn't do the greatness of Jackie Robinson. And they did all of this fanfare just for 30-something years later for there be a push to take him out. And you know what? Baseball is a lot of things that piss me off to this day about race relations, but I will give them their due. The last 5-6 years, baseball has been trying their damnedest to do their due diligence and respect everybody like that. So I give it up to MLB putting 10 toes down. What the fuck are you doing?
Now, speaking of
That
MLB,
is sad, man.
so
Wow.
it's a good transition. The MLB is doing a World Tour series in Tokyo. I believe, I think the past couple of days.
Well, that's going to be huge.
Game 1 already happened. Chicago Cubs and the Hanshin Tigers.
And LA. Yeah, I know that happened.
Yeah, that happened.
It was in Tokyo?
Yeah,
Hanshin.
These are exhibition games. So Chicago Cubs versus the Hanshin Tigers and Dodgers versus the Giants, the Murray Giants. And then I think because this was Monday. No, not Monday. Last Friday. I'm tripping.
And this
it was the 15th. Yeah, it was the 15th. So yeah, the Dodgers played the Tigers, and it was basically Tigers and Cubs, basically.
So basically, so what they did, y'all, was they brought their 40-man roster to the game, and they played mostly the rookies. That's really what happened. Just let y'all know, they brought the whole 40-man roster over there, and Shohei Ohtani, if he did pitch, it was 2 to 3 innings. I guarantee you, he did nothing.
Now, yesterday's game, Dodgers beat the Cubs 6-3. Shohei Ohtani did really good. A lot of the news regarding this, though, is just basically Shohei Ohtani in Tokyo and the fanfare and all that stuff, basically. But I mean, if I'm going to assume correctly, is these World Tours just basically kind of like, I guess, kind of heightened, kind of like USA versus Japan last year, where it's just like, hey, baseball and.
It's just pushing baseball. That's all it is. I think it's kind of funny how everybody gets into the whole thing. Everybody, how do you call the World Series? The world plays in MLB too. Much like the NBA, the world plays. That's the grand stage in the world. Is to play in that play for that championship, and because the international World Series, the last two have been so hyped. I think that's why baseball is on a small uptick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not huge. All right, let's be real. We seen it huge. We were kids in the 90s. We know where the heights of baseball. It's like pleasing. Like, all right, y'all doing good. It's fun. Baseball's been fun lately. So good.
Baseball has always been consistent. I would say.
It's been some type of consistent, but I think the last 10, maybe 15 years, it's been this level of fun that's been there. But again, we're still dealing with a lot of people that don't like that. They're still like, oh man, that's so disrespectful. Don't do that in baseball. Here's the sick part. I need them people to stay in baseball.
I need that too.
What makes baseball, you see what I'm saying? What makes baseball fun is that you got some assholes that's like the integrity of the game. Fuck you. And it's fun for you get somebody out there that's going to break a rule, that's going to straight up cheat, that's going to like. It's always fun for seeing somebody try to break through it. And then sometimes it's fun to see those militant, I love the game of baseball motherfuckers win, because sometimes seeing them win, it's like, like this is what the sport intended.
No.
So I respect both, man. I think it is.
Let's get to the proceedings, which is NCAA basketball March Madness. To Dee's point, the MEAC games, it was funny. Here's how just life shit happening and just how out of it was, right? D is watching the MEAC championship, right? And he's posting in our group. And I sat back and I was like, oh, fuck, it is March Madness.
Dog, earlier
BlurCon was like the first weekend of March, so I should have knew then, but it was just like when you showed that game, and then I saw and then I watched the Maryland game against Michigan. I was like, oh shit, March Madness, fuck.
Dog, they was what really made two things. Number one, yes, the championship week snuck up on my ass too. I totally forgot that it was this week. I think what I saw was, God, what was it? It was somebody's tournament structure where you played every day. You played a gauntlet. If you win this game, then you got to play this team. If you win this thing, you got to play. It was like the way they had it was almost like a gauntlet. I forgot which. I think it was God, I forgot which conference that was. But when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, the tournaments are this week. So I ended up seeing it anyway. But anyway, the first game, actually that wasn't the first game I saw, but that being said, let me just go right into it real quick. It was at Norfolk. Number one, they was playing at Norfolk. Okay. It was packed for HBCU game. I'll say that. I can tell, you can tell that the upper rafters were filled up, but
that's still pretty good.
It was actually a lot of people. There was a lot more people there than I've seen in some other championships. Like the Ivy League championship, it was still like at a gymnasium. You know what I mean?
Like watching American University versus like Temple.
It was Yale versus Cornell, I think.
No, I was saying in terms of the crowd, like, oh, George Mason is playing this one. It's like, not really a big crowd, but all right, cool.
The crowd, and I'm actually shocked, and it actually goes back to the Ivy League. I saw the good old game, Harvard versus Yale. Here's me.
Smells like whiteness.
Oh, yeah, first off, there's a lot of black people on both of these teams.
Get the fuck out of here. I ain't saying black people don't go to those schools, but
here's the photo part for D. There are really not a lot of people in this. How is this a rivalry? And I had looking like it's 12 o'clock in the daytime, D. No, that ain't no bullshit. Why the fuck ain't nobody at this game? This is Harvard versus Yale.
Harvard and Yale pride. I guess it doesn't. I guess it doesn't go into basketball.
It doesn't go into basketball. Baseball, probably. Football, definitely.
Lacrosse, probably.
I'm pretty sure lacrosse.
They got a crowd.
I'm pretty sure lacrosse is a bonfire. There's a bonfire. They throw orange smoke in that joke, so it can be like. I bet it's glorious. But anyway,
but Norfolk and South Carolina. I mean, look, South Carolina is down the street from Norfolk if you think about it. So
South Carolina. You mean A&T? No, A&T ain't that far from whatever the park. Anyway, so check this out. What made this so great was not only was, like I said, they were in Norfolk, but what made it even better was South Carolina has been on a tear. They were on like an 11-team winning streak. They finally make it to the finals. About the second quarter, it was back and forth. We get to the second half. These niggas go cold. They go straight up cold. So get to the fourth quarter. They down by 15. South Carolina comes back. They come back. And it comes down to what it always comes down to: free throw shots. They missed the last free throw shot. They get the rebound, throw it in, miss shot, throw back, one more, beat. And it was like straight. All Norfolk had to do was play solid defense. They did. Big old celebration. It was really, really fun for a black college basketball game. It was really like on your edge, really good. Shout out to Kirk Cousins getting a $10 million bonus.
Hey, look, Kirk Cousins Death taxes and Kirk Cousins getting paid. I mean, come on.
Yes, I did see Tulane versus Memphis right after that. Anyway,
Now, also congratulations to Norfolk State women for making it into the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Got to say though, RIP because you faced Maryland in your first round.
Yeah, sorry for your loss, sis. Yeah,
to say Maryland women put boots to asses.
Yeah, forgot all about that. Yeah,
I just had to put that in there and stuff. Now, also, Maryland women, y'all may have to face off against South Carolina in that bracket too. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting if that happens. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
Now, Maryland men, on the other hand, that Michigan game was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking, but like not in a I hate this thing, but just like
Maryland had to fight. They fought all that game. I will give it up to Michigan. That little yellow nigga from Michigan was eating their ass up the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Queen gets to the line. I knew he was going to get they fouled. I'm like, yes, he got one. One go in, the second one go in, right? Now, it's only about 6 seconds left. There's only one option that Michigan can do.
Mm-hmm.
Get it to the other side as fast as they can and score. And hopefully one of these Maryland kids are going to be stupid enough to foul you. My nigga guns directly down the court. All the Maryland kids are doing the right thing. They're pressuring him, but they're not touching him.
Not touching him just enough to do
just
something.
Enough to move him out the way. The problem about it is this: when you have somebody that's gonna go straight up doing that, to me, it's hard to number one get a charge on them and get them in the perfect sync so you can't move like that. But what makes it really hard is to let that nigga go without scoring. So he gets right up to the joint. When we go for the layup, everybody in Maryland got their hands up. They're trying their best not to foul this motherfucker.
And he gets it.
Goes right the fuck in.
Yeah.
And you know what D was like?
Son of a whore!
I think one of the more underrated aspects about this NCAA men's season is that I was casually keeping track of Maryland, and Maryland actually did way better this season.
Way better. They were really good this season. They were really good this
season. They like I knew them in Michigan. They were because like Maryland.
I had a feeling it was going to come down to Michigan and Maryland in some type of way.
But my thing is like Maryland in conference tournaments, they are kind of very up and down to me over the years since I started watching them when they were in the ACC up till now. And
yeah,
especially since they came to the Big Ten, it's always been varying degrees of they almost get to the championship in their conference, but they don't. But this was one of those like, oh shit, this is holy fuck, like this is happening. So the fact that Maryland, even after all that, they're like number 4. I'm happy they got in. Norfolk State men, y'all got to face Florida first round. Good luck.
Good luck. I was gonna say that. Good luck.
I mean, just like because the first 4 games that's already happening. North Carolina beats San Diego State.
Which, by the way, D's going to be the one to say y'all need to be there.
Well, they only got in because their boy for football.
North Carolina.
No, they got in because my man that's their football coach did this. Belichick did this, and they said, "All right, you're in." Granted, Prevailing Theory Online.
I'm gonna give you money for that. That was a good one. That was funny.
Sports Twitter, on the other hand, is like North Carolina should not have been in.
They should not. Everybody know they should.
Everybody knows.
There's the bullshit response to it, and then there's the guy there's the governor of West Virginia.
That's how you know it's bad. You know it's bad when that happens. I'm like,
let me tell you, look, let me celebrate some good news to this team right here. Bryant has been one of the special secrets of the tournament this year. A team full of guys that were on transfers and a bunch of kids that are from Washington D.C. and Baltimore, Washington D.C. coming together, playing some really good basketball. That was fun watching them, man. Let's talk.
They got. I think they got Michigan State.
Yeah, we're gonna bring up the tournament in a second. I'm gonna bring up the junk in a second.
No, I got the map up already, but you're right.
I already got the map right here. Whatever. Look, the point is this. Real quick. Mike Krzyzewski, Coach Dean, Roy Williams, and here we come. Rick Paterno. Rick Paterno, to me, is the greatest college coach of all time.
He is
Just goated. This man took this St. John's team, who in 2 seasons made them the number one spot to go to. Breathe life back into the New York basketball scene.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they demolished Crittenden, man. They are a really good squad, bro. Man. They are really, really good, bro. They first Big East tournament. Now just let them know. He wasn't crying. He was wiping the sweat off his eye.
You sure, D?
No. When I took the picture, he immediately was like dapping up his boys and all the rest of that shit. I'm like, I thought he was crying. No, he wasn't crying. But they first Big East tournament since 2000, man. Shit was awesome. Also, to put it out there, that was awesome, was watching Duke play a game. No, it wasn't. It was actually here Dickie V on doing the commentary for the game. Dickie had me fucking crying, bro. You want to talk about a dude that's grateful that he is still on God's green earth. Look, and him talking about, because I know this with cancer patients, when it comes to something they absolutely love, and they know it's giving them life, they get real emotional. Look. So when he started talking about going through chemo and all the rest of that shit, I knew he was about to start crying, because he said basketball has given me so much life, and I was like, oh, you know what I mean?
Dick Vitale, look, I think we said it when we talked about John Madden. Dick Vitale is a sports god that like he leaves the earth. We are all going to be like, oh my God. Because all of us, he's another person that we grew up on. Yeah, that he's been in college basketball games. Actually, didn't he do like some of the 2K basketball games earlier on?
I'm not 2K, EA Sports.
EA Sports. So he's done it. Like he's the voice like Michael Buffer and even Chris Berman. I got it right, Chris Berman. Yeah, Chris Berman for ESPN. Like they're a fixture in sports entertainment.
They're a solid voice. Yeah, of course.
Even our boy Marv Albert, another one. That's like
Marv Albert was one. We just recently who was it? Hubie Brown just retired from doing commentary in the NBA. He was like 80 something. Like, of course Hubie was gonna quit. I love Hubie Brown. He didn't do the wrong thing, but I just say still he was over. So it was like seeing that really capped off the night for me, man. Oh, it wasn't over for me. It wasn't over for me. That game with the Wizards wasn't over for me. Because as soon as I turned it off, oh yeah, there's a race on tonight, bruh.
F1 just started again?
They started in Australia, yes. What was fun thing was this. All the drama, all the hype, everybody's hyped up for it. Yada yada woo. Formation lap. One the rookie spin out, going to the wall. He's out. All right, 15-minute delay because it's a wet wrong. The ground is wet. It's been drizzling a little bit. Do. They all go off, right? Other rookie goes off, spins off, hold back wheels, gone. All right, slow up. Let's get back in the formation line. 3 months earlier, Carlos Sainz. Well, I am really excited to be at Williams. I don't need to be at Ferrari no more. I'm okay, and I'm ready to be the best over here. Yada yada yada, all that good shit, right? Mm-hmm. Back over to Sunday on the formation lap, Chris, where they're just supposed to be safety behind the safety car. Whoa, into a wall goes Carlos Sainz. The race goes off. Everything's fine. Off them 2 more people.
Every news thing that
five rookies. 4 of them didn't finish. I am not kidding.
I will say this a couple of things about F1. One, I heard Lewis Hamilton basically say, yeah, I didn't do well, but I'm glad I didn't hit a wall.
Yeah, everybody said that. But also, fun thing with Lewis Hamilton, learning that he is dealing with a lot of retardation in that team.
Yeah.
They keep, and I know they do this on purpose. They'll play like, you know, what the drivers are going through, right? Here's okay, like, okay, Lewis, right here. We need you to. Here's Lewis. I know. Okay, Lewis, we need you to slow down if we're going to speed up. We want to push in. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Lewis, I know Lewis is like, I'm like, this is what everybody was telling me. They don't know how to do shit. They're just going to be touching stuff. I told you not to mess with nothing. Don't mess with my sense.
Now,
What made it so bad was also because of everybody going out in and out, all the rest of that shit. Oh shit. Ferrari called Lewis and fucking Charles Leclerc, they were in first place and second place. Oh shit. This is gonna be cool. Guys, we need you to come in and change our tires. Lewis, do we have to? Star, are you sure? Yeah, man, we be fine. Both these niggas. Lewis in 9th place. Motherfucking Shaw was like in 6th or 7th. It was the most Ferrari thing ever. But the person that won was and the big spill out was motherfucking Oscar Piastri. It's his home race. He's an Australian guy, so everything's all fine. Oh man, he can push for first place. He pushes. This nigga hits the grass, spins all the way the fuck out, goes all the way in last place. He recovers. He ends up passing Lewis. I think he got in 9th place. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. But the person that won was Lando Norris. It was a fun race. It was a fun little race.
Did you see the trailer for that Brad Pitt F1 movie?
I knew they were going to go exactly with that plot. Because I heard
old veteran teaches young upstart.
Because they're taking away they're going to be taking segments that happen with the Silver Era War between Lewis and Nico. They're going to take a lot from that because they were both battling each other for first place. But this one looks like neither of these niggas can win a race. And they're both trying to look like the best person on the team, which probably makes it more interesting. If they're fighting for a championship, this shit is corny. But if they're just fighting just for points, nigga, you know what I mean, Chris? Yeah. They're like in the middle of the. If I'm dead serious, if they do some shit where they're actually a middle of the road team, but they're just showing the ups and downs, nobody wins the championship, but one of them wins like the last race of the year or something like that. I can back that up. You know what I mean? Where it ends, because I know how it's actually going to win. Brad is going to win, but both of them. Brad's either going to be in. I don't think Brad's going to be in first place. They're going to let Dameson. They're going to let Dameson get first. And I know how it's going to end. Dameson's going to be like, they're going to shake each other's hands. Brad Pitt's going to retire. Dameson grabs some Nigerian girl who looks very white.
Hey, listen. I saw that trailer. I think the thing that stood out for me was that obviously the way they filmed the racing scene seems more authentic than previous movies as touched on F1. I think we talked about, what was it, the Chris Hemsworth movie that he did where it was it Rush? Right? Or Rush, where it was like, all right, cool, but like it just felt very stylized and stuff. And then you go further back with Sylvester Stallone and Driven, where it's like, all right, man, like what are we doing here? You know,
Driven, they got some of the point across, but it was still kind of corny because they were still trying to. We got to watch that movie again. We got to.
It's been a while since I've seen it. But like,
I want to know because that was during the V8 and the V8 era of cars. Speaking of which, they're going to go back. They're dropping the hybrids, so we're not going to get the robotic hum no more. Look, hopefully it goes back to the way it should be. I hope we go back to that shit.
If you want to talk,
go back to that shit.
Now, again, Ford versus Ferrari obviously is like my top racing.
Ford versus Ferrari, very good. I love that.
Oh, very good. Like I said, Days of Thunder, I love. I will say underrated that people don't talk about Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It shocked me because in my head, when they announced we're doing a Gran Turismo, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You're going to do Need for Speed with Gran Turismo. I'm like, all right, whatever. And now it's like, oh, they're basing it off the true story of the kid. Okay, I can work with this. And then you see the race in the movie, and I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty good. Like they All right, shit.
What's crazy is that the cars, the GT cars, they're only they're hard to control only in the sense of the power that those cars have.
Yeah.
With F1 cars, those open wheel cars, you're fighting a G-force. So that's the one thing.
Because you're low to the ground.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that you remember they show like do do do, and they go bah, and you see Brad, he just automatically zip back and he's trying to. And I guarantee you, the first thing they do with him being in the wheel like that, they're going to make it. I don't think it's going to crash, but they're going to make that so intense. Like it's going to get to one part where they're trying to remind him to breathe, and he goes, you know what I mean? It's going to be something where he snaps back into it. And because those guys, you got to imagine doing that for 90 plus minutes, though, Chris. Just, I mean, because you got to be tense the whole time, man. The only time you can rest is when you go to the pit, but that's only like 4.5 seconds at most.
Because the one part of the movie trailer that I loved is how he's telling Davidson, he's like, I just raced at Daytona just like a few weeks ago. And Davidson's like, yeah, that's Daytona. This is F1.
Exactly. So. That's a different thing. Now, here's the thing. A part of me is like, shut up.
Yeah, like
not like this is like I don't like NASCAR, but you and me had this conversation. That's the Daytona 500. How dare you? That in Talladega, I don't play that mess. I'm like, what?
It's spitting on the flag.
No, for me, yeah. Talladega, Daytona, Martinsville for me. What? Nigga, I went at Martinsville. Really, nigga? You got all the respect in the world.
Like, those three, you might have to give me fight. I might have to fight you on that one. Like, oh, hey.
Like Chris, I don't like Bristol. Nigga, what? Nigga, that's Bristol, nigga. What like certain tracks, which by the way, I was looking up the tracks and how different they are and all that shit. I like Las Vegas' track. It's short and it's like really tight. I like that shit. But anyway, whatever.
Nah. Let me go ahead and take a swig of this Budweiser before I fight you here, sir.
Let me drink my Milwaukee's best before I get into before I get the fisticuffs with you.
Speaking of this, all right, let's get into these NCAA brackets because this is fun for me because this is the make or break. The first rounds is always the make or break because this is the one. Yeah, I have it up. Okay, so I guess we'll start south.
Which one you are?
We'll start south.
Go ahead.
All right, so
I got it on our side.
So top. We have Auburn and Alabama State.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it for the show.
There
you go. Auburn, Arizona. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Alabama State, which they won their little championship. We won the SWAC and they had to win the playing game. So good for them. But anyway.
But I'm going Auburn on that one.
Auburn definitely.
Louisville and Creighton.
Louisville. The way Creighton got handled, I'm going for Louisville.
Yeah, Creighton did get folded, so we gotta go Louisville on that one. Michigan and UC San Diego.
Now hold on, UC San Diego lost to North Carolina, didn't they?
Yeah, but that North Carolina got in. UC San Diego had a good enough record to where they could still get in because you remember they're 30-4.
Wait.
Yeah.
So this is accurate and up to date.
Yeah.
The fuck. Anyway, okay.
So dark horse pick on that one. I'm gonna go UC San Diego on that one.
No, Michigan. I got Michigan actually making it to because they're gonna beat Auburn. I got them making it to the Sweet 16 because I don't think Texas A. I think Texas A&M. I'm not big on them. They're going to beat Yale.
You know what? The only reason why I'm saying that because I'm kind of being spiteful because Michigan.
Oh yeah, I'm being spiteful too. No, I think Michigan stops there. They're going to make it to the Sweet 16.
Oh yeah,
they're definitely going to make it to the Sweet 16.
Texas A&M and Yale. Now you watched Yale and Harvard. So what is your assessment on this one? Does Yale have a chance?
So Texas is going to beat them.
All right. Fair. Spiteful pick right here. I got Ole Miss beating North Carolina because again, North Carolina has no fucking business beating.
Spiteful pick on D's part. I got North Carolina beating Ole Miss because fuck Mississippi.
Damn.
I don't like Ole Miss, man. That's a racist ass college, bro. I can't, man.
Yeah, what video did you put up where one of the basketball players or football players talked about they went to Ole Miss or what college was it?
Yeah, Ole Miss. And they went down.
Ole Miss, and he was like, they went down there.
I don't know who players those were. but they played for Ole Miss.
When he said that, I was like,
they said, nah, man, he just had the dudes and what they had the red and purple. Oh, they had the OGs. The OGs is out there.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Black folk.
I feel to be black and you play basketball or whatever sport at Ole Miss. The only option you really have is put your head down because you got a scholarship.
Exactly.
And just get the fuck on. Like
exactly. I wouldn't know what to tell my son if he went to Ole Miss. I wouldn't know. Why'd you say yes, nigga? Would be the first thing, but
also I don't have to pay out of pocket. So you know what, son? Have fun.
I'm going to go with my dark horse pick on this one. I got Lyscombe beating Iowa State. I do got that happening. Even though you know me, I back up both Iowa and Iowa State.
I got Iowa State. Yeah.
I got Lyscombe winning that. Marquette's definitely gonna beat New Mexico.
Bryant, Michigan State.
Now, because I saw how Bryant played, I know they don't got a snowball's chance, but I am rooting for them to be the upset of the tournament.
Is there a possible Maryland, Baltimore County upset situation? Golden Retrievers.
Nah, upset. I don't know how deep they're gonna go. But I got. No,
I'm just saying in terms of the first. I'm just talking about in terms of first round upset. Are we talking Retrievers, Virginia upset possible?
I don't think it's that bad. But Bryant did come from fucking nowhere to be there. So there we go. Anyway,
because do you think it's a situation of where Bryant could be the upset because teams don't have data on them in a way that's like,
usually what happens. They just underestimate the team and they go in there and like, holy shit. It's 2 minutes left, and these guys are still within punching range, if not surpassed us. And like, wait a minute, hold up.
How did this happen?
Yeah, that's usually what happens, man. They just get caught up. They get caught. The bigger team gets caught sleeping. Izzo team, because I love Michigan State basketball. I love their basketball.
Yeah.
Izzo doesn't sleep on nobody.
No, he doesn't.
But I want to see Bryant at least beat them. I am rooting for that.
Let's be real. That's what makes college basketball fun in March Madness. Is the upsets.
Somebody getting karate chopped in the dick. That makes it fun for us. Yeah. Anyway, what's next reason?
We're gonna go east.
Who's that?
Obviously, we got Duke. Whoever comes, whoever Duke comes out of it. Look, RIP to I want American to beat Mount St. Mary's, obviously, but Duke is gonna probably end up beating.
Yeah, that's happening. Now Mississippi State, I did see play. I do kind of like their team, but
Baylor.
I don't know how good Baylor is. I can't say that.
Baylor's always consistent, so
we'll see. A good Oregon. Upset for somebody would be Liberty winning this because I've seen Liberty play. Liberty has no business recruiting all of these black kids out of nowhere, like. I know their parents know nothing about what Liberty University really is, but they're getting some really good talent going through those doors down in Liberty, man. I don't know what's going on, man, but yeah, I would say that's a good upset, but I got Oregon winning it. Arizona's beating Akron. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Arizona is actually one of my dark horse teams. Arizona is one of my dark horse teams, man. So yeah, I got to be in Duke versus Arizona and in the Elite Eight. I got that happening. That's what's going to happen. I think Duke will win it, but we'll see.
I got BYU or VCU.
Come on, man! This is Virginia Commonwealth University, Chris. Let's go. Let's go.
Fuck VCU.
Where are they? The Commodores, right?
Yeah,
yeah. Come on, let's go Commodores.
All right.
VCU. All right, Chris. I know
we drive past it every going down North Carolina. It's right in my face
every time. Yes. Okay, Chris. For me, VCU, Charlotte, and Greensboro. Yeah. Those three colleges are the alt colleges of my childhood because I always ask, where's VCU at? And my dad said we always pass that. I'm like, so, and I always ask, okay, so we've been to Greensboro a bunch of times, but I never seen NC Greensboro. But my dad was like, it's there.
It exists. It's there. You'll see.
No, the way my dad said it's there was shut up.
Go home.
Stop being an inquisitive child. Anyway.
Oh yeah. I got
Wisconsin. Wisconsin's good.
Yes,
They're good. Despite them
they-
losing the Big Ten, they are good.
They're washing Montana.
Yeah, they're gonna wash Montana. In fact, I think I got them making it all the way to the Elite Eight. I got them I got them and Duke all the way at the end in the Elite Eight. So
I haven't watched anything from St. Mary's and Vanderbilt, so
no, nothing in either.
I'll just say Vanderbilt because they're a name.
Mm-hmm. Let's go, black people. Robert Morris. Let's go.
Pretty much.
Hey, Alabama's good. That ain't happening.
Go black. Yay, Robert Morris.
Nah. Alabama winning that one. Just go ahead and deal with it, y'all.
It is what it is.
Hey, man, I'm glad we in it too. Look, I'm glad we in it too, but
we'll go west. RIP Norfolk State. You had a good run, but you got Florida.
Oh yeah, you gotta go against Florida. Florida's good too. The interesting game is actually that Connecticut versus Oklahoma. That might actually be legit
close
even because I think Connecticut's not the monster killers they used to be, but they're still pretty damn decent. Oklahoma is actually nice. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win that.
Memphis and Colorado State.
I'm saying
a little bit of Memphis.
I'm saying this because I love you, Penny. I got this being an upset. I think Colorado State is going to get them.
Who does Colorado State have?
No, not much anybody, but I'm just saying. I think Colorado State play. They okay, but I think this is going to be an upset. I smell an upset. I think because the way Memphis played Tulane makes me say, whatever. But anyway, Maryland, Chris, we're going to be the ones to defeat Florida and make it to the Elite Eight. So that's all.
I look, man. I sat there and because what little I've seen of the Grand Canyon loops, as they call them, they've actually beat the dog shit out of Norfolk State. So I'm not going to say that it's going to be a wash for them but they definitely, if Maryland doesn't stay on their P's and Q's, that could be an upset.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to happen. I got Maryland make it. Like I said, Maryland's make it all the way to.
Who's coaching Maryland now? Because I kind of lost track.
What is that?
Who's coaching Maryland now?
I forgot his name, man. I forgot his name. He God, who was the coach of? God, what did he use the coach for? I knew it because I'm actually getting them mixed up because I just heard three other coaches. I meant to mention the coach for Bryant because he is actually the son.
Kevin Willard.
Yeah, Kevin Willard. Yeah. Because there's like a couple of coaches, man. I meant to bring up because of the fucking tournaments I saw. I don't know, whatever. Mizzou. Missouri.
Yeah, Mizzou is going to beat Drake.
They're going to beat Drake. They're going to beat Drake. Beat Drake. Did. Okay, there we go.
You know what? Def Texas and UNC Wilmington always getting into the fucking tournament. Does that say anything?
Chris, that's another team of our childhood sneaking into this tournament. Them and Valparaiso. Just these teams that just sneak in.
I gotta ask this. Does that say a lot about the CAA conference? Because Townsend's in that conference too, by the way.
The smaller conferences always, that's what I say, it's always one of these smaller conferences, and Old Dominion makes it in like what? Well, Old Dominion's in a bigger conference now, but still, that's how it used to be for them. Like Citadel makes it out of nowhere and shit.
Yeah, I'm looking, it's like
came out the SoCon of.
Because it's like, so you got Townsend, because the ones that I know in the CAA is Townsend, UNC Wilmington, William and Mary, Drexel, Hofstra, that's a name I haven't heard in years, and A&T. North Carolina A&T.
A&T is in that conference now?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're not in the MEAC.
Yeah, they switched. Remember they switched. Remember which?
I
gotta be honest with you, D. For them to be in last place, that tells you they are definitely the little fish in the big pond.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. This is why we haven't heard from Hampton in a while.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Kansas and Arkansas is going to be a good game.
Woo. That's gonna be tough.
Kansas is winning that one though, and another team that has been very good, Omaha, but they're going to get bodied by St. John's.
We saw what St. John's is putting down. So
Omaha, just like Bryant, very underrated small team. Not a lot of people are talking about them, but they're good. So
All right.
it might be a good one.
So the Midwest, Houston. Houston's gonna win.
Houston's gonna win that one.
Now the good one for me, Gonzaga and Georgia.
That might be a decent game.
Clemson, McNeese. All right, we'll see.
I got High Point scaring.
I've heard High Point was actually. I heard High Point was actually really good this season.
They're actually pretty good. I got them scaring Purdue.
Illinois, they get whoever wins Texas Xavier. Which, if Texas wins, I think Illinois Texas could be a good game.
I seen Texas play. They're okay.
Okay.
Kentucky's beating that one. I was gonna say I don't like the Kentucky team this year, but I got a feeling they're still gonna go deep.
Kentucky team is not as strong as previous year.
Yeah. Even though they're 3, I feel that's kind of high, but whatever. Like, you know, that's kind of high.
It's college sports. There's always going to be some.
That's favoritism. That's how North Carolina made it. Remember, anyway. UCLA is definitely winning that game. And
Tennessee and
a lot of people love the Tennessee team that they're saying right now, man. A lot of people got them as their favorites to win the whole thing. So yeah.
All right. The women, on the other hand,
I don't have the women down.
I have the women up. So we'll go Birmingham, South Carolina, Texas Tech. South Carolina's winning that. South Carolina, dear God, they're like the Golden State Warriors of women's basketball, where it's like
the name though. Stanford didn't make the tournament. This is the first time they didn't make the tournament like this forever. Yes, I know. Stanford women didn't make it. Yeah, wow. I know.
That is shocking.
Weird. That is so weird that they didn't make the shit this year.
So Utah, Indiana, Utah. I can see that. Alabama, Green Bay. I'm just gonna go Bama. Maryland, Norfolk State, as we said before. Cool. West Virginia, believe they play the winner of,
There's a playing game. What is that playing game?
The playing game, UC San Diego UC San Diego versus Southern, Columbia versus Washington, Iowa versus Princeton, and High Point versus William and Mary. Those are the games. And this starts today with the women on that end. So we'll circle back to that and see what happens. Probably next week. We'll see what happens with that. North Carolina, Oregon State. North Carolina gonna probably win that one for sure.
They're definitely gonna win that. Vanderbilt and Oregon. Duke and Lehigh. The Duke girls are probably. I'm gonna tell you
a little scary.
Now.
A little scary.
I'm gonna tell you right now. It's gonna be Duke versus Maryland, and oh my God, that can't be the Final Four. Will that be the Final Four? That's on the Sweet 16. No, the Elite 8. The Elite 8 is going to be between those two. Yeah, the Elite 8 is going to be between Maryland and Duke. So
yeah,
because the Duke girls might end up winning the whole thing, but we'll see.
Yeah. Regional 3 in Birmingham. That's the one at the bottom. So you have Texas. I guess whoever wins the playing game.
Win the playing game. Yep.
Illinois, Creighton. Illinois could win that one. Tennessee, South Florida. Ohio State, Montana State. Ohio State's gonna probably end up winning because
the Michigan girls are also waiting for their playing game, but the Michigan girls are a favorite for me. But I got it. But the game that I think is going to be the game. It's going to be if they win the game against their playing, whoever they got in the playing, they're definitely going to be seeing Notre Dame. I think that's going to be the game. I think that's going to definitely happen in the next round.
Louisville, Nebraska. Again, Louisville's going to probably win that one. TCU and Fair Dickinson. Well,
Fair Dickinson. Jesus, I ain't heard. Oh, man.
Jesus.
Still pull out these nowhere colleges on there, don't they?
Why did we find out where the fuck is Fair Dickinson at anyway? Hold on.
No, where would that be? That sounds like a Pennsylvania, New York school to me.
Teaneck, New Jersey.
I was close. I should have went more to the coast.
New Jersey. Holy shit.
It sounds like a New Jersey school, doesn't it?
Yeah. Largest private university in New Jersey. Yeah.
I thought that would have been like Princeton or something, but whatever.
All right, cool.
Princeton's not private. Yeah, I forget. Well, no, Princeton is kind of whatever. It doesn't matter.
Now, on the Spokane, Washington side of it, you have UCLA versus whoever's playing. UCLA is going to probably end up winning that one.
UCLA is probably going to win all this. They're the only things I've been hearing about this season when it comes to ladies basketball, man.
Yeah, because when I look at it, like Michigan State women, they're all right. NC State women is actually not too bad. I think it's gonna probably end up being like probably UCLA versus NC State, possibly.
But then again, we keep on denying the greatness that is the. I don't feel right saying Lady Gamecocks or Gamecocks when it comes to these girls, man. I don't. And I know I ain't supposed to use the pejorative girl when I say that. I ain't supposed to. I know, but I don't feel right calling these young women Gamecocks. I don't feel right. And I was thinking about this yesterday. No bullshit. I was thinking this yesterday. I was like, what do you call them, D? You can't call them hens. Yeah, that's offensive. These are warrior ass chicks, man. We got I guess we call them Gamecocks.
Yes, it is. So yeah,
I sat at work. I know they like. We'll just look it up on Google. I'm not going to look it up on Google. I don't want to know their nicknames. I'm talking about for myself what I'm going to call them. Anyway.
Now I will say this though. I do low key want to see George Mason beat Florida State though.
Yeah, I hope that does happen.
Yeah, I do. I do want to see that.
Yeah, come on, let's go DC schools, bro. We all for that. LSU is going to get in that ass against San Diego State.
Of course. Michigan, Harvard. That could be actually a pretty good game.
But I'm with you though. NC State girls are probably the better of this lower half. I think out of this whole thing, it's going to end up being number 1 versus number 2. I really think it's going to be UCLA versus the Wolfpack.
Now the bottom of Spokane, you got USC versus UNC Greensboro.
Wow. Yeah, see, told you.
Wow. Okay.
Shit.
I guess UNC Greensboro women got a team. Shit.
They didn't court. I told you, UNC Greensboro, bro. Come on. They're the mid-majors. This is the mid-majors, baby. The mid-majors in women's basketball to me is actually better, but that's another story. That's another discussion about the mid-majors for women's basketball. It's a lot better basketball.
Mississippi State, California.
I like how the Mississippi State girls, they don't have the Bulldogs on. They just got it in cursive that says state. I think that is so freaking classy. I love that so much. Oh man, I'll take that over the M.
M is basic as fuck.
The M, I know they don't have an actual Bulldog on there, but I'll take the state in cursive over the M, man. God, man, the girls got a better logo, man. That's unfair. That shit unfair, nigga. They got the prettier logo.
Let's see.
State versus Fairfield. Yeah.
Kentucky Liberty. Yeah, Kentucky gonna win that.
Again, the Liberty girls got some ballers. I don't know why you went into those Jamaican people house and said we're gonna teach them word of God, knowing damn well y'all don't care about that. Y'all just want the money.
Because you got black people, so
now y'all can make good basketball. Now y'all playing good basketball, thus give us more money, thus more Trump Bibles. Do you see how this works, Chris?
Iowa, Murray State. That's a dark horse right there. Murray State
might be. I don't know. I haven't heard nothing from those girls this year.
Oklahoma FGC. What the fuck is FGCU? Holy shit.
Versus America, the Gulf of America coast.
Oklahoma State, South Dakota State. South Dakota State is another school that I be seeing in the NCAA tournament on the men and women's side a lot, which I'm like, they low key must have
every
a team.
now and then the Jackrabbits got a good team. Are they the Jackrabbits or are they like the Jackalopes? What are they?
Jackalopes or some shit like that.
I think they're the Jackrabbits actually.
Look, I also forget South Dakota is a state.
I really think the whole Dakotas just need to be one big state.
I really do, because it's like I get them because they're interspersed with Montana, where it's just like, so you're just farmland in a city.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Yes, they are.
Somebody says, "Hey, I want to fly to South Dakota on vacation." Like,
man, I feel like people that like to drive say that dumb shit.
Think about it like this, right?
We're going to South Dakota to see the monument.
If I were to walk into National Airport and be like, I want a flight to South Dakota, will there be a flight available in Reagan, or do I need to go to fucking Dulles to get a flight to South Dakota?
I feel like either way, you're going to have to stop off at O'Hare, then go off to I don't think there's
there ain't no direct flight.
My dad has lived in this city. How old am I? My dad has lived in this city for 44 years. Just starting 2 years ago, they started doing direct flights from here to Wichita, Kansas.
Jesus.
That tells you something, Chris. So that being said,
that's Kansas. And that's
you're going to stop off at O'Hare, or you're going to be stopping off over, I don't know, the airport in Minneapolis. But I think you're going to have to stop off.
At least somebody can say, hey, I want to visit fucking Kansas for Kansas City, right? Like, it's something, right? Nobody saying I want to go to South Dakota. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just.
Are you really that pressed to see Mount Rushmore?
Sturgis?
Are you really that pressed to see Mount Rushmore?
Where's Sturgis at? Sturgis, is that North Dakota or South Dakota? Or is that?
Well, I think that's North Dakota. See, because here's the funny thing when it comes to the Dakotas, I think North Dakota is the more interesting Dakota, but I don't know.
I was right. Sturgis is South Dakota.
That's really, South Dakota.
Yeah, and here's the wild part. Sturgis is such a white ass thing, and Kevin Nash will even tell you because WCW did a lot of shows in Sturgis. He was like, "Yeah, it's a lot of bikers, a lot of bikers." And
I feel like there's a lot of Nazis flags around there in certain corners of that neighborhood.
Booker T and Stevie Ray said as much. A lot of white people. Sturgis is just not like, and more or less, both of them said. He really seemed very welcoming towards black people, but just got to mind your P's and Q's there. That's about it. Which, watching as a kid, I knew like Sturgis isn't really someplace I want to go as a.
Come on, you got to visit Sturgis. Why? To be the only one? Why would I do such a thing?
For me to show up in a bar and be like, I'll take a beer, and they might spit in my beer, and then I gotta get the fuck up out of there. Like, nah, I'm good.
And I'm talking to some shit, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. His chaps are made in New York City. New York City. Like, I don't want that pressure on my life, bro.
No. It's not really a good place there. But hey, Godspeed to South Dakota. That's really the only place in South Dakota. Sturgis and the college, I guess. So.
And finally, UConn versus Arkansas State. Now, we was mentioning the other teams. The other teams that are also playing in the play-in games is High Point versus William and Mary. Okay. UC San Diego versus Southern University. Go Jaguars. Hope y'all win those girls. Columbia versus Washington. And Iowa State versus Princeton. So those are all the play-in games here. So, Chris, finally, we have to end this. We have to end this show on one thing. Chris, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I'll tell you how it went for my sons.
Mm-hmm.
The second they saw that hug, my oldest son, who has been a John Cena fan since he was a kid, my middle child, who's been a John Cena fan since he was 4. What? Me. Cinema. And it got better. Why did you do what you did, John? John went out there and said, fuck you. I don't know who that kid is, but fuck him too.
Between that and the Angry Miz girl, they're in contention for memes.
I like how that little white kid woke up that day, had a person from WWE say, "Hey kid, you want a free John Cena shirt and hat?"
Yeah.
And he's from Brussels, so he said "da" or whatever they say out there. And they speak French out there in Belgium, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever, I don't know. He said yes. They dumped that on his head. Hey, parents, y'all want to be close to the action? Yeah, sure. Push them close to the action. John Cena's going to say something to you, kid. All right, yeah. And he ran off just for John Cena said, "And you that kid right there." And that kid was exposed to the world and has been memed endlessly.
But D,
I love it.
Me knowing that this could mean dickhead thugonomics John Cena.
Habibi firebombing got a missile to. If them robbers come through, then I guarantee they.
You don't understand. Like Cena's brought that back before, like when him and Rock were going at it and stuff. He brought back the thugonomics thing for that promo leading into WrestleMania. But like knowing that we're gonna get dickhole Cena from the early when he first debuted that fucking Thuganomics gimmick. I'm like, yes. I used to pray for times like this.
Cody thinking everything gonna be all right. You don't think everything's fine, then. It's got a gun! Actually, I got a longer clip of that. I meant to actually upload it. I actually got the longer clip of that now. I forgot to put it up.
I swear, that's still the funniest promo ever. He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
It was a joke. He did it all. First off, that was Nash. He did it. Then he started beating up on Scott Hall. That was that weird WrestleMania where he had to fight, I think, Scott Hall, and that was the last time Scott Hall actually wrestled. It was weird. Yeah. But all right. So with that going down, with John Cena flipping. Oh, there was one part during that speech where he was like, I had to be the butt of everyone's joke. Oh, you can't. Do you know how hurtful it is to hear you say that? And then me and my son, because we saw the McDonald's commercial of John lamenting of nobody can see you, just nobody can see you. And me and my son hearing him say that, we're like this long-term storytelling.
You want to talk something though? I love it. I like how the sparing use of him has made for great storytelling. But just understand this: when Roman came back and beat the shit out of not only Seth Rollins, but he turned around and went back in there and beat the shit out of CM Punk. This was me.
Yes. There's a term that I ain't going to be using from here on out when it comes to wrestling like this. Jim Cornette is right. When you have control of the storyline that WWE has, and say what you will about the matches and their outcome and all that, the one thing they figured out was to keep everybody intrigued. They are farting through silk right now, and it's a beautiful thing. Because when Roman got back in that ring, I was like, no, get Phil ass too. Get Phil, thank you. Get back in there.
Because the first thing went from, because you know what made it even better is that after, like, Seth is getting his ass beat the shit out by Roman, they had to break it up, right? But what made it great is that the camera purposely cuts behind Roman in the background. You see Paul Heyman hugging CM Punk, right? Again, storyline, because Paul Heyman used to manage CM Punk, right? Yeah. I like how Roman just had that pause and turn around like, oh no, we're not doing this. And Paul's in the corner camera like, my bad, dog. I was just helping him up.
I'm just saying hi to my friend.
Saying hi to my friend. No. We're not doing this, Paul.
You're still in Tribal Chief. I was just saying hi to a friend.
Paul getting rolled over. I laugh so hard.
I stand by what I say. As much as I don't want Punk to be the champion, I do expect them to put a belt on him.
Oh, they will.
I don't think he's going to win it this time. But because here's the funny thing about all this. I think Seth really is that X factor where it is like, and I think it's better that he win. And this is a fan saying this, but I think it is better that he wins just so we can give Punk a reason to be more on his shit. Because now the virus has fully taken over, and now is effective CM Punk. Now he's pissed. Now he's going to jump. I think also it helps Roman because I don't think you put a belt on Roman right now.
Yeah,
I don't think it's.
But you keep him in the loop.
But you keep Roman around here, good, pissed, and full of leukemia. You keep that man mad and hungry.
No, you make him as the guy that's like, I could be coming for Cody. I can come for fucking whoever wins between them. I can come for Cody, or I can come for Gunther or Jay, whoever wins the belt between the two, whatever happens between those two. You keep him in the loop because if Gunther wins, Roman can just go up to Gunther like, it's a nice little belt that you got there. So,
Superman punch. Walk up. Walk.
Or if Jay wins, he's like, hey, Jay, it's a nice belt you got there. So,
I stand by what I said. Jay better not go in that ring and do a super kick 16 times and beat this dude.
You know that's going to be the thing. It's going to be a yeet.
My son's playing Tekken, but he stared at me with his face like, Dad, he's going to super kick Gunther And Gunther, for the first time ever, oh, that's a super kick. I give up. Like, yeah, like, come on.
Now, if he does the frog splash, all right, cool, great. You know,
I'm sorry, man. Look, I want.
it's not Eddie's.
It
frog
ain't
splash,
Jay. It ain't Jay. I'm going against. It's the yeeting that I'm against.
but-
I'm against the yeeting. That's probably what I'm against. I don't care, but I want Jay to have his time. I want Jay to actually threaten to actually win that belt.
Now, speaking of which, speaking of Samoans, I like how Naomi pulled the "I did it for the Rock."
I did it for the Rock. I love how she did that, and that's just
I did it for you.
Now she's gonna have to put over. That was cinema. Because you let black girls go out there, fully black girl. No. See, I did it for you. That's what I did it for. And I'm like, oh, dang, they let these girls act. They're letting them act. White people like, oh my goodness.
Cinema.
This is like one of those serious episodes of Love and Hip Hop.
I like how
where they're not fighting with their fists, but fighting with their words.
I like how they're not hiding the fact that Chad Gable is the Gaijin fucking luchador in the mask.
I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they need to stop it now. When are y'all gonna stop playing with Chad and finally put a belt on this dude, young? I'm sorry.
That dude is Kurt Angle 2.0 and has been showing out, and y'all like, we're gonna hold off for now. But
I'm trying to get this dude addicted to painkillers so you can be perfect for it. I understand the Triple H. I get the long-term storytelling you're trying to do with Chad with this. But come on, man.
Gunther and Chad is money to me, personally. That's just me. That would have been money.
Also, I think what happened was Chad, they found out that Chad's a pretty good heel. And you can stick around if you're a heel. Like
come on, bro. That is
I don't wish the Creed. And I'm so mad that the Creed brothers, I'm so mad that y'all guys are stuck in between a weird time in WWE where they really want to show how good wrestlers you are, but they really ain't got the time to do it right now for some strange reason. Well, it's WrestleMania season. I ain't got time to show too many of that. Yeah, but still,
right? We got
Phoenix is coming. Ray Phoenix is coming to WWE. Going to be with his brother on Penta. Everybody knew that was going to happen. We were just waiting.
But Penta and Breaker though,
that might be the match. That might be a pretty decent match for WrestleMania. Yeah, that actually might do it, man.
Actually, you know what? I kind of forgot. You know what was funny about the American Luchador? I find it funny in the fact that I forgot Dragon Lee is still in WWE.
Dragon Lee.
I totally fucking forgot. I thought Dragon Lee was like gone. Like
Dragon Lee is teaching me two things: either A, WWE really should never get luchadors, which I'm more leaning on, or B, New Japan was protecting that dude by not doing certain things because Dragon looks limited. Ever since he came to WWE, he's been limited. Maybe, like I said, I would like to believe WWE really don't need to be getting luchadors the way they do, unless they're going to make the luchadors lucha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Dragon Lee really wasn't that great when we got him. I don't know what to believe. That's how bad it is, man. But
yeah. Also, I forgot on the NXT side, Stephanie Vakir
is double champion right now.
Double champion, which is wild. I was like,
Julia got hurt. Because Julia got hurt.
That was the reason why?
Julia has been dealing with an injury that she got since Stardom and that she never really got fixed. So
okay.
There you go. That's pretty much it, man. The girls wrestled so hard out there in Stardom. They was gonna come to WWE bruised up no matter what. That was gonna happen.
So let me ask you something. So it recently came out that whole shit with Odyssey Jones when he got ditched came from allegations and such, and apparently the allegations was bullshit because Odyssey is actually suing the chick that threw the allegations towards his way.
Yeah, and you should.
Do you see WWE picking them back up?
I want to say yes, but I don't know what the time frame will be.
Like I ain't saying it's gonna be a quick time frame, but do you see them saying, you know what? All right, we'll bring you back.
I think they will be willing to give him a second chance. I think they would be, but they really are. But I think currently, right now, you want him to be in the right headspace.
Yeah.
And you want the situation to be dialed down just a tad bit more.
Because part of me feels that with the shit with Big E and New Day and stuff, that's what they were angling towards. Like Odyssey was going to be their Big E, and it was
I know that's what they were going to do. And
it would have worked. Granted, if he stayed around, I think that would have actually worked in a way.
Yeah. I think the New Day being what they are right now, just upset heels.
I love it.
It's great. I hate how everybody hates on them. And that makes it better for me, is that all you are so ungrateful for what these guys have done. Like, I am at that point of a wrestling fan where I am buying into the corniness of all of this shit. I
gotta say this on the AEW side. I have questions about AEW, mainly with Sasha, as I said before. AEW, what are you doing with her? Because I just feel there's a measure of having her have all these belts, and then it's like, what are you going to do with that, with her being so dominant? I don't get it.
I don't get it. I really don't. And I really think it's just like they really just want to appease her as much as possible, because believe it or not, Mercedes Moné still has.
I think she's trash or anything, but
she has box office. I don't understand why, but she does, and you're gonna have to respect that. And AEW is kind of like caught in between. They're kind of caught in that. They have no choice but right now. She's the only one that's really doing it for them. The only other girl they got right now that's doing it like that is Tony. And I feel that because she's not seen as the number one girl, they don't have to have their hands on her a lot.
Yeah.
So she was allowed to grow and be silly and do what she does, despite winning the belt.
Yeah.
She was still allowed to do what she wanted to do and all the rest of that shit. So I don't know, man. It's weird. I think what really kind of gets me is that AEW right now is really legit spinning their wheels because for everything bad I hear about, because it's kind of funny. I'm just going off of what the internet community is saying.
Yeah.
What I notice is that every time there's something that you can bring up about WWE, it's from an AEW fan who's not recognizing the fact that the war, quote unquote war, is not working in your favor.
Yeah.
Because mentioning every bad thing is not going to pass no more and all the rest of that dish, man. And that's what's really kind of just making it boring for a lot of people, man. Is that you keep on mentioning the same things, the same whining, and it's like you don't even love the product that you're trying to defend.
Yeah,
that's really what I'm saying, man. Y'all don't like the fact that Moxley had the belt that long. Y'all talk all this issue. Well, Ricochet's really improved since him and Swerve. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Ricochet's everything. Ricochet's everything in your own company, man.
I mean, Ricochet still needs to work on his mic skills, but it's gotten a little improvement, a little bit.
No. Wait, look,
it's a little bit.
I think his mic skills are what they are.
Oh, it's never gonna.
And
it's
peak. Sad, and it sounds sad, but you lean into that light skin as much as you can, because y'all had the brilliant idea of saying, "Hey, Ricochet, you're coming over here, but not as a babyface, but as a heel."
Okay.
And who are you gonna have a fight? A heel?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Swerve is a face? Since when?
Fuck no. Been heels since he came into AEW.
That's what I'm saying. It's just heels versus heels.
I will say this: the one storyline though, I did enjoy, because the last Revolution pay-per-view, like Cage, basically Christian actually cashed in his casino gauntlet thing coming up during that match with Moxley and Edge, and obviously the cash-in didn't work. And the fandom was like, well, what's the point of him cashing in if he was going to lose? It's like, guys, there is a storyline there where it's essentially he was trying to fuck over Edge.
Yeah.
Cash it in. And that's actually a pretty good story to tell for that. Like, why are y'all complaining? Like, that makes sense.
Because they can't stand Moxley.
You think so?
The fans have turned on him. And the ones that defend Moxley, they can't stand 1 second of this, whatever the Fight Club is. I forgot the name of the damn Fight Club now.
Well, they're a shadow of their former selves, but yeah, they're part of the what was it? About to say the.
I was gonna say the Blood and Bone Crew.
Death Riders.
Death Riders. God dang, yeah, the Death Riders.
Death Riders, which I was like, man, I actually like the Blackpool Combat Club. You feel like you just kept that shit. Like, why the Death Riders?
No, because they need a group and they need a name for everything, and they got to be like.
It's basically the same people minus Daniel Bryan. That's it.
You're not understanding, Chris. But that's all we have for this week.
Yeah.
And I think next time you hear us, we're going to be definitely talking about more of the tournament and where everybody is at, where we are.
Whose brackets got busted because I missed out on my job's bracket save. So I'm waiting.
I can already tell you this right now. If I'm right with Bryant, that's all I care about. I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if I'm right with Bryant, that's all I care about.
Look, you be fortunate to see. I've rarely ever seen anybody have the perfect bracket for NCAA.
We remember there was only 1 year where you and I did it, where it was we didn't get all of them, but the ones that were like upsets we were right about or something like that. It was something like that.
Like the 1 year the Golden Retrievers won that beat Virginia and upset, they fucked up everybody's bracket.
Virginia losing, and it was 2 years in a row at a number one spot, busted it every year. Duke a couple years ago losing in the first spot. But there's going to be a couple.
That's why you always get those, like, whenever they do those tournament things, just for ESPN, they always have like, well, if your bracket busted, your mic can still be in it if X, Y, and Z happens. And it's like, I guess. But
it's still too much overanalyzation over that crap.
But that's the reason why I feel, because John Oliver did this whole expose about sports betting, right? And I feel a lot of these sports betting sites are going to be kicking up during this tournament.
Oh yeah, they're going to.
Whether it's the brackets or who you have in the Elite Eight or the Final Four or the Final Two or whatever.
Hell, who's going to be doing in a buzzer beater? I know there's a couple of you degenerates.
Dude, that's how you know you're a degenerate gambler. If that's what your aim is, like, all right, who's going to get the buzzer?
Because if I do, you got to understand the payoff of this one is 15. Now that's 15% on whatever I stop.
That is the most chasing the dragon ass shit I have ever seen in my life. I'm like, wow, you really are like down on your luck, degenerate gambler. That's like Keanu Reeves and Hardball.
That's what they did with DraftKings, with everybody just doing prop bets and all the rest of that shit. Yeah, I'm like, come on, man.
No, but them parlays is even worse, man. I be seeing people every day that I'm friends with where they be like, oh shit, I missed my parlay because Jordan Poole didn't shoot one more three at the end of the Wizards game. And I'm like, why would you even put that up?
This nigga needed 2 more yards. He needed 2 more yards. He fucked up my parlay.
That's disheartening. I ain't gonna lie. That is like disheartening. Like you think this person will get 50 yards in the game and they're like one off. And I'm like, just get a slam play. Just a slam play. That's all I need is a slam play. Nothing. The worst.
That's why I don't bet like. That's why I don't bet on this shit.
That's where we're upstanding citizens, D. That's why. We're responsible adults, all right. Like we go to bed. We drink
our milk and go to bed. That's what we do.
We do scratch off tickets. That's the most we bet right
now. Scratch offs, God. I feel like crackheads and winos do that so much.
Fuck me, right? Like fuck me when I did the occasional dollar scratch off just for shits and giggles. Like,
Chris, I don't care what you did, you old black woman. Hey, come over here. I need to go up the street and get the $30 that grandma and got off that.
Hey, look.
$30.
See, those are the people that got the vision because they be getting they have $50 to the side to get them $20, $30 scratch off tickets. You might luck out and actually win some money off them shits.
Those are what we call professional gamblers. They do that because they know how to work it to where if I spend this much, I'm only going to lose this much. If all of them come Blake, I'm only going to lose this much. So I'm gamble.
Satisfied. I'm fine.
I can gamble getting these $20 ones or get a whole pack for like 50 or how much it really costs. I forgot. But yeah, I can understand how you kind of ration your money out to do that shit. But to me, it's still kind of fucking insane. But I have heard old black women, there's a $100 one. There's a $5 one. You want something sweet? Here, you can take this. This is for $5. Just go to him.
Look, lurking in the liquor store. I've seen.
Come on, you work at a liquor store, nigga.
I've seen one lady. No bullshit. She won $1,000 off one of those $20 scratch offs.
Yeah.
And again, it's just one of those things where she came in twice a week, put her money in, scratch. Okay, I got $5 here, $10 there, $20 there. All right, cool. But again, it's just that she comes in at the exact time because I guess maybe there's a thing of if I come in at noon, I can get the ticket and it might be the one. Like clockwork.
All right, the superstition about the time and the sun, and every time I see my nephew's birthday around town, that's different. But whatever.
So, anyways,
play them numbers. I done seen 296 for the last 15 days. Now you gonna have to play them numbers.
You might luck out. Those are the people. Like if you have especially the 3 pick numbers. If you have a specific number, you have good odds. If you play that every day, you'll probably end up hitting it like 2-3 times out of the year.
You know, man, I gotta put in this parlay. I got parlay on. Got parlay on Wemby, man. He gotta get at least 9. At least give me 9 rebounds. That's all you gotta do.
Shit,
what's the payoff on that one, man? 3. See, yeah, you want to do it too.
Not this guy. But anyways, we'll be back with upsets abounds and see where the saga of Aaron Rodgers sits in that between now and next week. So, anyways, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.